Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of En-Syte. So we already know that she not liking the fact that she like that she at work, but she don't like the fact that she ain't here on the show. You know, to give y'all this juicy tidbits of this show, and also it is Christmas Eve, so I'm pretty sure most people are spending time with their families and stuff like that. If they're not at work, all that lovely stuff. So if you celebrate it, Merry Christmas to you. If not, happy holidays on whatever it is that you celebrate. That's I'm like right now to be politically correct in this on this thing that called life right now, since everybody's insensitive to every motherfucking thing.
Happy holidays.
Mm-hmm.
Happy, merry.
Just happy, murmur.
Happy,
Oh man, but man, compared to yesterday though, temperature dropped out here in the Midwest,
man. It's cold. It's cold.
Man, like yesterday wasn't bad. It was like in like the high 40s with that high ass wind that almost want to flip your car over and shit like that. My little bitty ass car over here rocking and shit in the wind as I'm driving. And then all of a sudden you got the wind still blowing. I step outside, it's cold than a motherfucker. I mean, I know it's the winter time. I know this is that season of winter. But man, if it didn't feel like someone just had some icebreakers, some winter fresh gum, and chewed some ice all at the same time and just blew their breath, that's how cold it felt.
Yeah, man, it's out there, boy. It's just rough out there right now,
man. So if y'all out there, please stay warm. Please stay. I mean, it's not detrimentally cold, but it's still cold.
Man, it's 16 degrees with a wind chill of -3. Man, come on, baby.
Okay, that's just hey. We can't say nothing. Ever since we had that polar vortex where the mist was -40, the actual temperature was -10, wind chill -40.
Right,
you had
right.
Icicles had icicles. Oh man, but yes. Hopefully everybody can join in. I know it's Christmas Eve, and I know you're probably cooking, last minute shopping. I get it. At first we wasn't going to do it, but like, we're going to do this anyway, because like this is like the third to the last show before the end of the year. Yep. Mm-hmm. This show and then 2 more next week, and then that's it for the shows of 2020.
2020, here we go.
Man, 2020 is going to be up in a what, like 8 days.
Man, but you know the biggest thing about 2020, man, and I'm gonna just say this, man, if you didn't work on you in 2020, you wasted a whole year.
Man,
if you didn't think about trying to improve who you was as a person, you wasted a whole year. But the simple fact, man, is that man, you know, with everything that was going on, man, the only thing you had time was to concentrate on you.
Yep.
You didn't have time to concentrate on nothing else but you. You know what I mean?
Especially if you wasn't an essential worker.
You weren't
an essential worker during that point in time between March and June, you had nothing but time. You was getting paid to do nothing. You couldn't go nowhere because everything was closed. What excuses do you have?
Right, that's the whole thing. None whatsoever, dude.
Exactly. Man. So since you did bring up talking about, you know, working on yourself, basically in the form of improving yourself and changing who you are as an individual. It's funny how you say that, because today's topic, we ain't talking about self-improvement, we ain't talking about self-changing, we talking about improving your mate versus changing your mate. Now, before we get into it, and people saying, well, if you improve something, you change it anyway, right? You are partially correct. You are changing, you are changing something in a sense, but improvement means you are changing something to make it better. You are changing something to make it better. And it's not something that's always something drastic or big. Just say, for instance, the very first bicycle, every time you get off your bike, it always had to fall to the ground. It never stood up till one person decided on improving it and making kickstand. That's an improvement onto something that helped develop it for the better. So there's a difference between that and then forcefully well, I'm not gonna say forcibly, but trying to change an individual from who they are. So, want to make sure that we clear on this.
Hmm.
Improvement is only change in a sense. It is not a full change. Matter of fact, just like you shook your head nose, right? It is not change. It's more of an addition. There we go. That's
I
better.
got you.
It's more
I
of an
got you.
addition. So that's what we're gonna be talking about right now. So we're gonna first start off with. You want to start off with improvement or change, bro? Which one you want to start
I
off with?
mean, how I'm going to go with it. I'm going to go with the change portion.
Change portion.
Because when you look at it, the thing is when you say improvement, then you say change. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I mean even though you're improving yourself, you are making additions, like you said. You're changing in some ways. But when your mate wants you to change, it's something about you. It's something about you that your mate don't like.
Yeah.
And a lot of times when someone's trying to change who you are, it's going to have adverse effects for either that person or yourself, because you're changing who you are. If you're not in the mindset to change for yourself, and someone's trying to change you, it's going to have adverse effects on yourself and also to that person, to a
Exactly.
point that you're going to resent that person who you are. And then if you're not changing quick enough, that person's going to resent you for not changing quick enough. If you know what I'm saying.
Oh, exactly. Exactly. So the thing is, though,
Whoever the one person out there with us, hey, how you doing?
hey, one
How are
person,
you?
thank you for joining us here on Christmas Eve. Hey, one person.
We'll love your feedback and know exactly whom you are.
We ain't even gotta know exactly who you are. You can just get whatever name that pops up. We gonna call you that. We don't care.
Right.
We don't give. We don't care if it. We don't care if it's Sugar Butt 2020. We'll call you Sugar Butt 2020.
Hey, sugar butt, how you doing today? Welcome to Insight.
We don't care what your name is. Just go ahead and give us that feedback. That's what we ask for. That's all we want. Because, like I always say, this show can't be done without y'all and the feedback. We need that feedback.
We need it. We need it. We need it. So, really, man, but also we start talking about improvement. If that person is trying to help you, like, help you think differently about getting a bag, help you think differently about the way you think about different things, and it's like, and it's for the betterment of you and the relationship, man, then that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
But when they're trying to just drastically change you to something else, we just can't do that. Seriously.
No. No. That changing thing right now, I'm gonna say off bat, it's not really healthy. It's
No,
not
it's
really
not.
healthy. It's not healthy because you're putting somebody in a uncomfortable position. You're putting them in a position where they're not even comfortable anymore because not only are you trying to change them from who they are to someone completely different, but you're also making them feel like who they are isn't enough for you.
That's what exactly. Exactly.
So, so my thing is this: like, change is not. I'm not gonna say it's a horrible thing. Trying to change someone is not a horrible thing, but you should never have to forcefully change somebody from who they are to trying to make them match what it is that you desire, what you want. Because if you're doing that, that just comes to show that you're actually not good enough of a person to get what it is that you desire, what you want. So you try and find something lower to try and make it what you want it to be.
But also, if you're changing yourself for somebody else, then you're cheating yourself for you.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me. Don't change yourself to be with somebody, or don't change yourself to hold on to somebody. You change yourself for you, and
Exactly.
then if you better it, only to better yourself. I mean, we all evolve every single day, but in evolution, you evolve for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You're not evolving for nobody else. You don't see what is it, a caterpillar turn into a butterfly.
Mm-hmm.
It does that for itself. It's not doing that for nobody else. It's not doing that for a roach.
Ain't no one
Oh,
ever doing nothing for no damn roach.
but you get what I'm saying.
No, I get it. I get you. I get you.
So that's the whole thing is that you have to really, really, truly think about You know, if you're going to change, you change it for you. You change for the betterment of you.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know we can't just stay stagnant and just exist. So we have to live a little bit more. And we have to be able to see a little bit more.
Exactly.
You
So
know, question for since we're talking about change.
yes.
You know, a lot of times you told me something once before, right?
Okay. Refresh my
And
memory.
you said that you never envisioned yourself flying because you're afraid of heights.
Yes.
What was it that made you stop flying?
Oh God damn it. The thing that made me start flying was the simple fact is it's not just due to the fact that I was just invited to, the very first Dre Day. It wasn't that. Well, I'm not gonna say it's not that. It wasn't just that. It was the thought also that I did not want to go through my life not seeing a different place. I did not want to go through my life like saying like, oh, like yeah, I mean, I traveled, I went to Michigan and I went to Kentucky once and I went to Florida when I was younger as a baby, as a kid, toddler. I remember that. And I don't want to say that. I can actually now say when people ask me, so where have you visited? Like what place have you? I can say I've been to Mexico. I've been to the Bahamas. I've been to Grand Turk. I've been to Puerto Rico. I've been to the DR. I can say these things because I've actually physically have been to these locations and seen the wondrousness of it. That is why. And mind you all, I'm gonna tell you this right now. I still am afraid of heights. I'm still afraid of planes, and I don't like fucking flying. I really don't. But I swallow that fear. I ain't gonna I ain't lie. I'm afraid to fucking fly. I ain't even gonna lie. Shit. But I swallow that fear. I swallow that fear for that moment in time. For that whatever 3 or 4 hours that I gotta fly into a place. I'm gonna sit there and cringe. If I get sick, I get sick. Hopefully I don't, but I did the last time.
The whole rope's laid out. Steve got sick, boy.
You can't get. I'm gonna tell you this right now. In 2020, you can't get ass sick. They think you automatically got COVID.
Every flight until they rolled up through there, I rolled over. I'm like, damn, bro.
I'm like, I'm just down. I'm just hanging over.
It's not funny. It's not funny.
No, it's funny. I'm laughing. It happened to me. I'm laughing. Shit.
I mean, bro had his head down. He had an ice pack on the back of his head.
Man, because I kept on feeling like I was about to throw up, but I never threw up.
Oh,
so I'm just sitting there. I'm just sitting there, laying there, nauseous. Like, and you can't don't get ass sick in 2020. People automatically think you got COVID.
Man, COVID is rough out there, bro. COVID is rough out there.
Yeah, she was like, they were like, do you have a fever? Like I'm just nauseous. I get air sick. I didn't take. I take motion sickness pills, but only took one.
Yeah, we sitting up. I'm like, damn. Because the whole time, man, I'm rolling. I got my music on. My head is down. I'm like this. I'm bobbing, and I look up and I see you. I'm like, oh, this brother's sick. I mean, it for anybody move, man. I'm tapping Simone. I'm tapping Janelle. I'm tapping people like, yo, man, Steve sick. They're like, what? Everybody looking over like, what?
Man, I heard Simone say, hey, give him this bag.
Right.
I heard that. I'm like, yeah, but see, that's the thing. I'm not gonna say I got over the fear. I have not gotten over the fear.
Mm-hmm.
But I swallow that fear down just so I know that I can do these things. I did that for myself. No one forced me to get on a plane. No one put a gun in my head saying, get on this plane, you're going to go to this place. No, I did that for myself. I did everything necessary for me to go on the very first trip, to literally to fly from here to Florida. And then on top of that, get off a plane and get on the big ass boat.
We on the boat, baby. We on the boat.
We was on the boat 3 times. But that's besides the one. That's a different story for another day. It was 3 times, but that's a different story. But
Bro, Nate, what's going on, fam?
Oh, we got bro Nate. He must have been driving. Okay, we got bro Nate in the house.
Man, what's going on, fam?
Man.
Oh man, we just sitting here talking about change or improvement, and what it pretty much is that. Go ahead, Steve.
So basically, we're talking about I'm not even gonna say pros and cons. We are basically talking about improving somebody that you're with, improving your mate versus changing your mate. That is exactly what we're discussing right now. And right now, we're on the changing part of it. We're on the changing part of it. So like we've already said so far that you can't make somebody change, you can't force somebody to change. And we always say that, of course, which is a true fact. If a person wants to change, they're going to change on their own. That is basically what we've covered. That's basically the nutshell of what we got covered so far.
I mean, because when you look at it, man, if someone is constantly, I'm not going to use the word nag. I'm going to use the word as if, warning you about being somebody different or changing or this, that right there is that's detrimental to you. But if they're trying to tell you to look at something different, to explore things differently, that's improving you. Like just say if you don't like you say about flying, or just say just culturing yourself with different cultures, or knowing different things, and nothing's wrong with knowledge. But if someone wants you to sit there and trying to force you to change your behavior or change the way you are, or just not, just say that just how you handle things, it's just ridiculous. The feedback we got right here from Brett Nate is right. Improvements in turn is the term because they're working on themselves as well. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. And that's straight. And that's straight real. That is straight real with it. Yo, bro, Nate, where you at right now, man? Are you somewhere? Are you sitting down somewhere? Where you at, bro?
You don't have to give us exact location. Just let us know if you actually sitting down in a comfortable position. Because Dre asked that for a reason. I think I already know what that reason gonna be.
Yeah, I'm sitting. Yo, man, you want to pop on with us for a second?
I knew that was a reason. I knew that was the reason.
Oh, yeah, the airport. Okay, don't worry about it then. Yeah, the airport. All right, then.
All cool, all cool. I mean, I knew that was the reason why he was asking if you was sitting down. Like he asked if you sit down in a that's why you're sitting down in a comfortable position, in a comfortable place. Because I already know what he's gonna ask you.
So we can have some adult dialogue about this whole situation right there.
Yeah.
But the one thing about it, and I want to say thank you for the topic.
Oh yeah.
I mean, this right here, this topic is it's deep because a lot of times people are not people see things differently. All right, we got you, bro. We got you. And people see things a lot differently, man. When you improving, man, you improving for the betterment of yourself, your relationship, the people that surround you.
Yes.
That's what the improvement comes from. And you're willing to put the improvement. But that change, man, that change is detrimental. I'm seriously.
Yeah, but it's only detrimental though if someone tries to make you change. So let's make sure they get this clip. You can always change certain things in your life for yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. But when someone else tries to
hold on. I gotta cut you off on that one.
Whoa.
If you change to something, man, if you change, you're improving yourself here. I'm sorry, but go ahead. I'm sorry. No,
touche. That just retract my whole finishing statement right there. Touche. Because if you are doing things to change yourself, you are doing things to improve yourself. So really, if you think about it, you never change for yourself, and no one can make you change. It's always just improvement. You're improving who you are as an individual. You're improving who you are as a. Huh?
No, because you can become a complete asshole too.
Hey, that's improvement. That is improvement.
I got you.
I mean, like, yeah, the thing.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead, bro. I'm sorry.
No, I'm
Go
just
ahead.
saying, if you got to think about it, if you were constantly a nice person and people take that kindness for weakness and stuff like that, you're going to be like, you know what? I need to develop to not being so nice. And you do that development in course of life and times, and depending on the type of stuff you've been through, you may improve from being a nice person to being an asshole. I think that's an improvement. I'm thinking that's an improvement.
So you're not gonna step on me.
Y'all think I'm nice. I'm actually an asshole.
You're not gonna step on me again.
Exactly. I'm just saying. I'm 6'6". I'm too tall to be stepped on.
There you go, brother. Brother Nate said, yeah, it's always about someone seeing from the other angle. Also, the feedback Nate gave us was right. It's called evolving. In order to evolve, you have to go inward first.
Yeah. It always starts from within. It always starts from who you are at a core, and then
Yes.
build out from that. That's what it is. It starts from the core and build out from that point forward.
And a lot of times, man, when you're improving or even changing, man, or even evolving, as the word as we using the word evolve right now. Sometimes, man, that core is so deep that it's hard to even start to make the improvement, make the change because we're so stuck in what we feel, what we thought that we knew.
It's only hard for individuals though who want to quit because it's too deep and they don't want to
Gotcha.
put in the work.
Most, most definitely. I mean, that's the same thing that Miss Brown said, Shivani Brown said the other day. It's like you got to want to work.
Hmm.
You got to want to work. I mean, because the thing is that you got to want to work on you, and you have to want to work on everything that's involving around you.
Yeah. You
A
get
lot of times, man, we get stuck. That's why I always use the word, man. I always use this term here. It's another term, not the other one. This is the existing instead of living.
yeah.
A lot of times we get so comfortable in existing that we don't even know what living really is. For a time, man, I was real dark, bro. I didn't know. I would just go to work, come home. I might hang out with a little female, or whatever, but it wasn't living. I was just going through the motions and it being existing. And so I had to look at myself like, this is what I want to be. This is what I want to remember myself for. And so you got this blocking time that you just sitting there. You ain't evolved. You ain't moved on. You just sitting there, and you gotta want to improve for yourself. Um, go ahead, Steve. Read that, bro.
Yeah. But they said, right, Della, we get comfortable in our we get comfortable in our arrogance of life, which we can call fear, which we can call fear. It stops us from growing mentally and emotionally. Man,
You become mentally, physically, and emotionally stagnant.
yeah, that's that we get comfortable in our ignorance of life, which we can call fear. That right there kind of stands out to me. Our ignorance of life, which we can call fear. So basically, I mean, like this is just what I'm gathering from it. I may be wrong, but this is what I'm gathering from it. But just that line right there is basically saying that people are not really afraid of some things. They're just ignorant to the fact of what life really is. And by you being ignorant to the fact of what life really is, and you want to call it fear, that is just your way of saying, I'm afraid of something, I'm comfortable where I'm at, and I don't want to pursue anything further or trying to look for anything further because I'm quote unquote afraid. But in all actuality, you're just ignorant to the fact of what it actually is.
Man, you took that real deep, bro. I got like we had a poetry reading right about now.
But they said, well, you're afraid as well. You're afraid as well because you have to change. And the thing is, yeah, I mean, here's the thing: change is scary. Change is scary. Hell, even growth is scary at times. But it's something that happens. That's a constant. It's just like the beginning of the song "Never Never Land" by Life Jennings. He said, "There's two things in life that are constant. That's change and change.
Hmm.
Those are the only two things in life that are constant from what he's saying." which
It's gonna
is
come.
which is true, which is true. But here's the thing: change is not something to be afraid of, because you have to think about it. Once you make a change, once you make a change, you actually see what it is. You're actually comfortable with it. You actually enjoy it, and then another change happens again. Here's the thing: from when you are a kid, you literally make a change every year. Every year you make a change. What's up, Ashley? Here's the thing:
What's up, Ash?
you make a change from kindergarten, first grade, second grade, all the way up until 12th grade. You literally make a change every year as a kid until a teenager. But due to the fact that you know that this change is going to happen, you're not really afraid of it. There's nothing to fear, because you know that, hey, once I'm done with this grade, I go on to the next one. But it's a change that you're anticipating. It's a change that now you know what it is. So there's no point for you to get comfortable. I'm not going to go get comfortable as no freshman in high school, because I know eventually I'm going to be later on as a senior.
But so many times, man, that's like in jobs and shit, man. Jobs, relationships. We get so comfortable that we just get stagnated. But we have to continue. We have to continue to want to evolve in our relationships,
Mhm.
evolve in our jobs. Even if you're doing the same job, take on more responsibilities, do more things, see things
Exactly.
differently than what you're seeing. And a lot of times, man, we just like, oh man, I'm just gonna skate through this
Yeah.
or whatever. I'm just or what they say, the same, it's the same old person, whatever. You know, you man, damn.
No, because see,
Man, Nate got me all this about me on what that one right there is, but I understand
I,
everything that he said, how he put it. I
yeah,
really do.
because the reason why I brought up the whole school analogy, the reason why I brought up the school analogy about you going up in certain grades, you have to think about it. It's a change that's constantly still progressing, though.
Yeah.
You're constantly still progressing, and it's a change that you're now used to.
Hmm.
If you really think about it, every individual who goes to school, learns things, are meant to progress, period, through change. Now I'm in first grade. I done learned my addition and my subtraction. Okay, now I know how to do this and this. Here I go. Now I progress to second grade. Still addition and subtraction. Oh, it's this X little thing. What is this? Oh, this multiplication. Now I'm learning this. It's constant progression and constant learning and constant growing throughout these changes. That's the same thing in course of life, relationships, even work. These types of changes are not a bad thing. You have to continue to progress and move forward with them. You cannot be afraid to make these changes, because as you know back in when you're in school, a change is a constant thing that's going to happen throughout the course of time.
Yeah, with the feedback we got from Nate, Ashley said, "Hey y'all, hey Ashley, thanks for coming on in." They said, "Yeah, because you're now held accountable." And then also, Nate agree with what you were saying, the statements that you were making. They agree with.
Appreciate it, Nate. Because yeah, and like it says, like because you're now held accountable. People are now held accountable for their actions. As a child, as a teenager, you really weren't too much held accountable, because you were learning. You were young and you were learning. You may get the little slap on the wrist, you may get on punishment just to let you know the difference between right and wrong. But now as an adult, you don't get that little slap on the wrist. You don't get those little things. So now when people realize, oh, wait, okay, I don't want to be doing that because I don't want to get in trouble. So now they're like, if I don't progress forward, I'm not going to get in trouble for nothing. So now I'm just going to stay right here in this spot and never change. So that way I'm never going to be held accountable for anything, because now I know what I'm doing now.
Hmm.
But by you just doing that and you're not making any changes to yourself, how can you develop further as an individual, as a person? How can you even develop as a mate to your partner if you're not willing to progress forward with change? If you plan on staying stagnant with the same thing, like you with your mate, you can't do the same three positions every goddamn time. Your mate gonna get bored. There's a good chance your mate gonna get bored. Like, hey, let's try something different. Like, you're like, no, I don't want to do. Yeah, your mate not gonna like that. Your mate not gonna like that. So it's okay to try to see how things progress, see how things change, and see how things work with different types of growth, different types of actions, different types of things. I'm not gonna say you have to give it a try, but it doesn't hurt to give it a try. Brother Nate responded and says, "You get left behind. People fear losing, so they feel why try. If you fear losing, put yourself in a place to succeed and win. Then, not everybody. You're not going to win all the time, but at some point in time, you will eventually win. You will end up being victorious. Because here's the thing: if you feel like why try, because that's the only thing that beats a failure. That's the only thing that beats a fail is a try. If it doesn't work, hey, at least you know it doesn't work due to the fact that you try. You don't have to sit there and wonder, like, I wonder if that would have worked. But you never made an attempt because you were so fearful at the fact of failing that you didn't want to deal with that. Come on now. And that's at the point in time right now where change needs to develop into improving yourself. You need to improve yourself and build yourself to understand the fact you're not always going to win. You're not always going to succeed. But if you keep on putting yourself in the right spots and put yourself in the right mind space and then get an understanding as to what happened, then you can progress. Then you will start to develop more. Then you put yourself in places to succeed and win. Because if you think about this, think about every inventor. Think about everybody who has created things in the past. Think about people who have made different movements. I'm not gonna say protest. What's the word I'm looking for? Would it be protest? Protest. Yeah, it is protest. Think of all the different protests, things people have done continuously. Oh man, did something happen? Something must happen. Hold on, y'all. We lost Dre. Oh shit. Okay, y'all, hold on for one brief second. I'm still here. Y'all just look at the title screen for just a second. I gotta actually turn off my camera. And I have to actually call Dre back. It's all good. It's all good, bro. I'm just gonna call you back right now. Give me one quick second. The moment I can actually click on it, give me a second. Unless it's popping in right now. No, I don't want that. I don't want that. I want this. That's what I want. That right there. Swing you there. Swing you down to right there. All right. Give us a second. Yeah. Just waiting on him to pop back in. I know y'all hear all these sounds right now. You hear it ringing. Okay, there we go. Oh man, that was lovely. All right, no, we back. Okay, y'all, we back.
Man, I effed up. That's what I was doing. Man.
Oh man, it's all good, man. It's all good.
Y'all, someone came in, and then I read something with Nate saying, "I'm like, hold up, I'm trying to flick back." I'm like, you clicked out. My bad. Ooh, this right here, man, and we got to get on this right quick.
Go ahead.
We really do. So, I don't know if any of the comments that you read. I'm gonna go by Nate's feedback right here. He says
the last one is starting with your name.
All right. He says, Dre and I have a brother. We call a little brother. He feared change and allowed a very nice young lady to slip away. Let me get on that real quick. If you got somebody who cares about your improvement as a person, not just what you can do for me right now, but want to see you win, you gravitate, and that's what you stay with. Well, that's what you go to. A lot of times, man, we don't gravitate to what's best for us. We stay with the same thing, and dummy ourselves down so we can feel like we're adequate being where we at. You would rather be the big fish in a little pond instead of being a fish in a big pond. Period. And he chose to be the big fish in the little pond. And I mean, got everything that you would want to have in a woman right there in front of you. Everything can hold a conversation with the best of cultured. Want to see you win. It ain't about her. Sacrifice will sacrifice. But sometimes, man, we stay so stagnant and we're so scared of change that when something big come in front of you, you don't even know how to accept it, don't even know how to gravitate to hold on to it. So you go back to what you know. You go back to that learned behavior. You go back to what's comfortable.
Tell me why this sounds like a similar situation that I was in involving a young lady and her child that stayed with me. That's the first thing I thought of.
Mm.
So I fully understand that because I was at the time afraid of certain things. I did not do the particular things that needed, and I let a very nice young lady slip away.
Damn, you didn't want to listen, bro.
It's not the fact that I didn't want to listen, it's the fact that I was hearing you, but my fear overclapped my decision.
What?
My fear of that change
Understood.
overclapped it. And yeah, yeah.
Man, we went somewhere I ain't think we went places where I ain't think we supposed to go, man.
I mean that's the thing. Like when it comes down to getting over the fear of getting over the fear of change, and certain, like, not all change is bad. Not all change is bad.
No.
So we're gonna get that clip. But once you get over this fear of change, this fear of development, this fear of making the right moves for you, you'll start to see things clearer. You'll understand things in your past as to why they didn't work, or why things ended up the way that they ended. Don't never think about what you could have done, because that's done and over with. Yeah, I can say, like, man, if I would have bought that one lottery ticket, I probably could have won. Yes, because the thing, you probably, there's no definite. You don't know if you would have did certain things, if that's a definite thing that could happen. But just go back and think and realize that this is what I did wrong that caused this to happen. Let me make sure that I do not make that mistake again due to the fact of my fear of change. That right there, by you doing that, you're beginning to improve who you are.
Evolving as a person.
Exactly. Brother Nate says, if you've ever heard someone speak on chakras, he says chakra. That's what it's referring to. Knowing self. Oh yeah, we know I know chakras. I know a bunch about chakras, a little bit about chakras, not a lot, but I know a little bit. He also responds and says, once you start on the lower self, you begin to evolve.
See, the thing is, everybody always talk about when you evolve and everything else. They always want to look at that the big thing to change, the big thing, the big thing, the
No.
big thing. But when you start small, and the little things that start small, it can start to snowball and get bigger and bigger and bigger, and it evolves the way you need to evolve.
Mm-hmm.
You can't evolve here, but you still got shit down in your core that's still holding you back.
Exactly. You mean like, come on? You have to think about it. It'd be the small, like you just said, the smallest thing. It start off with the smallest things, and it snowballs.
Hmm.
Think about this. You can't have a massive flood without that first drop of water.
Correct. You
You can't.
you cannot have a bucket full of water without a first drop of water. Or
Exactly.
you can't even have something to weigh something without that first feather or something to give it weight or whatever it is.
Hmm.
You got to have that first thing. So you need to hold on to what it is, and you need to bottle that up and build on that, and know what it was.
Exactly.
You see, the thing is, man, is that no matter how much your friends, your guys, the people who got your back, the people who love you, and they try to, and a lot of times when you got people who know you and care about you, the total of you, not just what they want to see, the people who want to really see you win, they're gonna tell you the truth.
Exactly.
And like I told this young gentleman the truth, and I also told you the truth. And a lot of times, man, we got to keep searching. We got to we have to stop searching and realize what we got in front of us is what it really is.
Yeah.
And if you're not improving to be the person that you need to be for you, then it's time to move on from that whole situation.
Exactly.
Seriously.
Exactly. Man, I didn't think that. Man, I didn't think this topic. I knew this topic was gonna kind of get kind of deep, but
But it's cool and all, man. But I want to say, thank Ashton Poppy and Nate, me, you and Nate. This is what real gentlemen do. We chop it up
mhm,
and we chop it. Everything ain't gotta be hardcore. Yo, man, I hit old girl off.
no,
F that dude, F that. This is how real men have real dialogue, and this is how real individuals have dialogue. The
exactly,
way men, women, in any creed, you're supposed to have dialogue with one another, and you want to get to the fact. If you don't know something, you ask the question.
exactly.
And as people, if we don't have the answer, we search the answer together,
Mhm,
or we try to give you what we know, and we just try to drop a little bit of knowledge every week. That's why the show is called Insight.
exactly.
Just
That's
trying to drop a little
that's
bit of
exactly what
knowledge
it
every
is.
week for everybody.
No, we are not professionals. We are not therapists. We are not. We are not no psychologists and nothing like this. We are just adults who have experienced life situations. We experience life,
Yeah,
and you have to think about it. We have different ages, different backgrounds, different lifestyles, who have all come together to develop what is now this show. And that's why we get feedback from people who also are different age ranges, different backgrounds, different everything. It doesn't matter if you're 20, it doesn't matter if you're 70. Like shoot, just like I said, just 2 days ago, we had Shay's mom on here. She was on here talking. Come on, huh? People
she
with
bought
these
it too.
life experiences. That's what this show is about. Learning things through life experiences and giving you all this information that we have found or we have known or we have developed over the course of our tenure of breathing and our hearts beating.
What we say may be wrong.
Yeah, we're not saying
It
that
may
we're
be
right.
wrong for you, but the one thing that it is that but we're willing to talk about
Mhm.
it. And if we're wrong, we're willing to hear what you got to say. We're willing to hear you, and we're willing to understand it. And if we disagree, we agree to disagree on it.
Yeah, that's the here's the thing. You do not have to agree with everything that we say. That is not what this show is about. This show is about everybody on here giving us their opinions, their feedback, and everything. This show clearly is all about your opinions that matter. If any of you all been here with my show since the beginning, back in 2017, And I originally started and I originally started the Facebook page for
Man,
the
I think
show.
I came in like episode 4, man. But I've been with you since
Hey
rocking
man,
since
that count,
then, man.
man. That count.
Episode 4, man. I've been with you ever since, bro.
No, I
Ever
appreciate it, man.
since.
Appreciate it. And if anybody who's been here, you will actually see on the Facebook page, which I have not touched or used. I might start back using it again. And you will see that I have
Say what?
just a page. I'm not gonna go live on Facebook because that's just doing too much. That's doing too much. That'd be required me using a second camera and everything.
Man, we go live on Facebook, brother. We gotta deal with the taco comments. Then we gotta deal with
Man,
everybody want to talk about sex every show when we talk about sex. And then we gonna get Gerardo talking about doing something to somebody else. We want to go to Amsterdam and everything else. Yeah, this is grown over here. It's real grown.
so
Man,
I mean, like that's basically what this show is about. This show is about what you all have to say. What are your thoughts on what we are talking about? This isn't a show about, okay, this is what it is and this is what's going to happen like other shows. No, this is literally all
all about you.
you all.
It's about you all. You are the
Like
stars.
the two other people that's watching. It's
Y'all the
about you.
stars in the show.
It's about you and nobody else who's watching. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. Look, here's the thing. There's still this okay, because besides Dre, there's two other people that's watching. And yet you see we are still here. I'm not the type of person, we're not the type of people who need a huge ass audience. Nothing of that nature. The more people, of course, the merrier, because that's more feedback and that's more people giving us their point of views and their opinions about the situation. But it doesn't have to be huge. I don't have to have like these famous YouTubers have, 20, 40,000 people watch them at once. Do you know how hard it is to go through comments, to go through the audience and feedback? To have that many people, clickety click, like, oh man, we gonna miss some of everything at that point, and then it's not about you all anymore.
Man, just imagine if we did have those followers on this page here. We would not be able to even give any kind of feedback to what they're. We'll be feedback the whole show.
Yeah.
And we wouldn't even have an opportunity to even say anything to you guys.
Because we're steadily, we steadily reading feedback. People saying hi. We saying hi to everybody because we try to acknowledge everybody who comes in as well.
Man.
And
because it's the personalization of you. Hey, we got a new person out there. Hey, how you doing? Welcome to En-Syte.
Appreciate y'all stopping by. We were talking about improvement versus change within your mate, but we kind of got off of it and talked about what the show has been for the past 3+ years, basically.
Man, but we talked about a couple of things, man, and the one thing is that I would like to say, man, really is that evolving, because I'm about to get ready and say something that I don't even know if I'm supposed to say, but she didn't work, so she don't matter. So I don't know when, man, but soon I'm about to get engaged,
Mm-hmm.
and
you better hope she ain't watching this.
No, man. I said soon. I don't know when, man, but soon.
I got you.
Soon, man. Motherfucker be in June. I don't know yet.
Hey, true that.
Right. So motherfucker be in June. But the thing that I'm trying to say is that once when my first marriage ended, I was like, I'll never get married again. And but as time went on, I had to start looking to myself, and I had to start thinking about what I wanted was best for Andre.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to evolve and change certain things with my way of thinking. Even inside of this relationship, man, I had to start changing the way that do some changing the way of my thinking of what I want in a relationship. Because when you think what you really want in a relationship, it's not really what you really want. Because it changes every single day.
Yeah.
We can have a conversation today. This might bother me, because man, I used to run to the office, man, talk to you all the time, man. This, and that. But you evolve and you understand. You start getting to know the person,
Hmm.
and then you start getting to know the person that's inside of you. Everybody that's out there, the three people that's out there watching this with us, get to know the person inside of you every single day. Get to know the inner you, the you that want to change, the you just want to be better every single day
Yeah.
and evolve. If it's something, it be something very small. Evolve with it. That's it, bro.
Man.
I'm preaching for no reason, man. My
Man, no,
bad,
you
man.
ain't preaching for no. There's no such thing as preaching for no reason. There's no such
Shit.
thing as that. There's no such thing as that. Because I mean, like you right. You everything you said is 100% right. You have to learn who you are. You have to understand. If you don't learn who you, here's the thing, and this is just the perfect thing. If you don't know or you don't learn who you are, how can you give yourself to somebody and tell them who you are when you don't even know?
There you go. How can I present the best version of me when I don't even know who the best version of me is?
Hmm.
How can I present the best version of me when I'm not continuing to grow to try to be the best version of me?
Exactly.
I mean, because we're all flawed. Everybody is flawed. But the one thing that I can tell you, that you have to want to try to get better, want to try to evolve, and and when you reach the pinnacle of something that is there, that's what you want to hold on to, man.
Hmm.
And like I kept on trying to tell you, man. Like I tell you, I tell people that best interest, man, the best interest. A lot of people can sit up there and wanna be like, yeah, I got his back. I'm the one friend for life. I'm number one and all this. But when at the end of the day, do they really got your best interest?
Yeah.
No matter how long we can know somebody, the person will be right there to the end, man. Do we really, really know somebody like that? Earlier today, man, I was listening to Friends by Houdini, Rest in Peace Ecstasy. Um, and it was just like, it's true. How many of us how many people do we really call a friend? How many? Who really got your back? So man, you gotta present that right version of who you are, man. And you gotta evolve with that version of who you want to be. I'm just being honest with you, bro. Seriously.
Oh, that's base. That's really what it is, man. That's really what it got to be. Man, now this, I'm gonna get tased for this one. I'm gonna definitely go ahead.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Also, and if you're gonna change for you. Change to improve you. Don't change to hold on to somebody. Because if you change to hold on to somebody, and that change is not improving you, and then that person leaves, you're bitter, you're resentful. Or when you're changing for somebody else, you're gonna start presenting yourself, because that's not the natural portion of who you are.
Yep.
So if you're gonna change to improve yourself, not change to hold on to somebody. I'm quiet for the rest of the show.
I was in the middle of swallowing water. I was trying to make sure it didn't go down the wrong pipe. Oh man, but yeah. Oh man, this topic right here went a little bit deeper than I thought. Went a little bit deeper than I thought. Oh man. I kind of can just imagine how this would have been if like Kesa was here, Russell, uh, Kim, you know, the regulars who come through with they
Man,
with the ear.
if we had a full squad, man, if we had a full squad would have represented this one real well. So, man, what I want to say is we could put a pin on this one, and we can probably try to revisit this like two or three Tuesdays from now.
2 or 3 Tuesdays from now.
2 or 3 Tuesdays from now, we come back and revisit this
You
one
know what?
when we got a
You
full squad. and we can probably get a little better. Not better because we accomplished everything we want to accomplish,
Hmm.
but possibly we can get a little bit more feedback, maybe from a female viewer, get some feedback from a female audience member.
Yeah, that's true. That is very true. We did not have feedback. So you want to know what? We're gonna revisit this. We're gonna revisit this because I do like this, and I do want to hear something from a female viewer as well to see what their thought is in terms of change and improvement and things of that nature. And maybe we can develop something a little bit more. So this is what this particular topic is going to be saved for the very first topic of 2021,
Okay.
which will be the 5th of January. That's what this will be saved for. The 5th of January. This will be the very first topic in terms of that. In terms of the
All
new
right,
year.
yeah. That way we get Shay back. We get we get both Kims.
Hmm.
We get Kesa. We got Nate. Hopefully we can get Russell in.
Yeah. No, and this and to
We get
see
we
get
get
full
also get
feedback.
Tracia. We get Tracia back.
Yeah. Just get full feedback on exactly what this is. So y'all
Sure.
better be ready because this one right here, we ain't done with this one just yet.
Yeah.
This one of those episodes that it's gonna be put on the hanger for a minute because it's gonna come right back all fresh and be put right back on. We're gonna take it off the hanger. We're gonna iron it out a little bit more, you know, get that nice little steam clean, and we're gonna revisit this one. Because this one right here, because me and Dre probably not gonna talk as much like we did this time in terms of this one. We're gonna let everybody else talk. We may say what we want to say depending on if it's something we ain't heard or said or something like that. We gonna make sure of that. But other than that, we gonna make Shay do most of the talking. It's not punishment due to the fact that she wasn't here, but it's just due to the fact that she is a female. She is a woman, and she could probably give us, some of that feedback from the woman's side, as well as all of our female viewers. So, with that being said, we getting ready to close this one out. Like I said, this one is going to be hung up because it's coming back out the very first episode of 2021. Oh man, I can't believe it, man. It's only a what? How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
What,
7
7, 6 or
days.
7?
7 days left
Yeah.
in this year. 7 days.
No matter how bad it was, man, so far, man, we made it, man. That's all that matters, bro.
Yeah, we made it. I mean, I learned some things about myself throughout it and developed some things. I can say that. So, yeah, it's been a year, but it's been a year.
Yes, it has. Yes, it has.
So, hopefully, like Dre said earlier, you all use this time in 2020 to develop who you are. And since this episode was talking about improvement and change, hopefully you improved who you are by changing certain things that you know you don't need to be doing. So, with that all being said, Dre, you got anything you want to add before we close out?
Love on your people, man. Life is too short. Life is precious. Love on your peoples.
Always, always. So, from me and Dre, and I know Shay, even though she at that 9 to 5 right now, I'm pretty sure she wishes she was here as well. So, from all of us here at En-Syte, I want to thank you all for stopping by. Nate and Ashley stopping by for a little bit, and there was another viewer who didn't say nothing, but they was here. There was actually 2 people who was here for a good
Thank y'all.
minute. And then we'll say no, but it's all cool. It's all great. We still love you and appreciate you for stopping by and watching. Hopefully, next time you stop by and give us a little bit of feedback and tell us what you think. So remember, we are here live every Tuesday and Thursday, 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. If you don't know your time zones, like I always say, look up the Windy City. You'll know what time it is. So from all of us here at En-Syte, happy holidays to you all. You all have a beautiful night. And remember, as always, stay insightful. Peace.
Merry, merry, happy, happy.
Merry, 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 happy, happy. We out.